This is perhaps going to be one of the most exciting videos I'll ever make. The reason why ChatGPT is just so interesting for me when it comes to dawah and talking about God and different religions and stuff is because ChatGPT speaks from facts. ChatGPT is not somebody that's grown up in a specific environment with certain conditions and cultures and all of the amazing ingredients that goes into making a human being. ChatGPT doesn't have that, doesn't have the emotions, doesn't have any of it. ChatGPT is just facts. And it's so interesting. I love these videos so much. Listening to people ask ChatGPT questions about religion or God. And I've done it a lot myself as well. And the results are absolutely astounding every single time. I'm somebody that actually became Muslim for emotional reasons. I'm very in my sort of emotional side of my brain, which is very common for women, actually. I'm not really into logic and reasoning. I understand the logic and reasoning arguments. But since ChatGPT has come around, I've become really interested into the logic and reasoning side of Islam. For me, Islam was always about feeling that connection with God. And I think that's what religion is for a lot of people. But the logic and reasoning side has added an extra layer to my belief. And I'm really excited to explore that further. And I have been exploring it a lot. And I'm excited to explore it with you guys. So here's my experiment. Let's see what happens. Whatever happens is not going to change my belief, because that's what belief is, right? Belief is not having solid proof. Belief is belief. It's faith. For some people, that's different. For some people, they have to have the solid proof, and that's fine. If you want the solid proof, let's see if ChatGPT has solid proof on the existence of a God or not. I've heard lots of great arguments from dawah people, but dawah people have an agenda, right? They're trying to get you to believe in God. They're trying to get you to become Muslim. They have an agenda. ChatGPT doesn't have an agenda. ChatGPT is just telling you the facts, just telling you what it is. That's why it's so damn interesting. I'm going to get ChatGPT, atheist ChatGPT, versus Muslim ChatGPT to show both sides of the arguments and then to come up with a conclusion based on the evidence that's been supplied. Whether ChatGPT thinks that the evidence for there being a creator is overwhelmingly more than the evidence for there not being a creator. And I'm going to get ChatGPT to come up with a conclusion. We send lots of these sort of great videos of people asking ChatGPT, like, what religion would you choose? And it says Islam or whatever. Great videos. But the thing is, we don't know what ChatGPT has been programmed before those videos start. So I'm going to make this completely fair. I'm going to be recording my phone so you guys can see the chat completely. So, you know, I haven't told ChatGPT to say anything. I haven't gave it any kind of commands. I'm going to start a new chat, completely blank slate, to see what happens. These conversations are so interesting to me. I love these conversations. Okay, let's record my screen as well. So the reason why I'm going to be typing and not talking is because I want you to see exactly what the inputs are on the screen. It's really important that you see that because it's so easy to manipulate ChatGPT. So you can see I've started a new chat. So I'm going to start with, what are the proofs of a creator? Really basic. Okay, so it's going to give lots of great arguments. I'm just going to go over them really briefly because I'm going to go into them a lot more later on in this video. So the argument of design, the cause and effect argument, the fit for life, the innate human disposition, fitra, the moral argument, the Quran's miracles. I mean, ChatGPT knows I'm Muslim, right? So it always gives Islamic references, personal experiences, logical conclusion. Okay, what are the proofs for the argument? Argument of there not being a creator. I'm not very eloquent with ChatGPT. Sorry, guys. I'm not a pro. The argument against the existence of a creator. Lack of evidence. The problem of evil and suffering. The argument of evolution. The universe of self-existent. God of the gaps. I don't know that one. The incoherence of God. The diversity of religious beliefs, consciousness and morality from natural processes, the universe as random and indifferent. Okay, so it hasn't really given me like the in-depth response that I wanted, so I'm just going to ask it a little bit further to just kind of explain further for me. Can you compare both sets of arguments and determine which is more likely? Because I'm not very good at ChatGPT, right? And I want it to like really go into each argument and determine which is more likely. Okay, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to go over each argument, showing both sides and then explain its verdict, because then I can go over it with you guys properly. Number one, origin of the universe. Okay, the argument for a creator strongly supports the need for a first cause. This cause must be outside space and time, aligning with the concept of a creator. Against a creator, proponents argue that the universe could be self-existent or eternal. However, evidence like the Big Bang theory suggests a beginning, which requires an explanation. And there's concepts like the multiverse theory. They attempt to explain fine-tuning but lack empirical proof and raise further questions about the origin of the multiverse. Okay, verdict, ChatGPT's verdict. The creator argument is stronger because it offers a foundational explanation for the origin of everything, whereas the counter arguments often push the question further back without resolving it. Okay, fair enough. I would say that's not like a solid evidence thing. But ChatGPT, I mean, that's the way I agree as well. I think that the creator argument is always stronger. I think it's stronger in every single case, but let's see what ChatGPT says. Complexity and fine tuning. You know, Allah tells us in the Quran. Allah says in the Quran, وَخَلَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَقَدَّرَهُ تَقْدِيرًا. So Allah made everything in a determined way. So everything's very precise. This is what this argument is saying. You know, we support this in Islam. The intricate design of the universe, from DNA to the laws of physics, implies intentionality. The odds of life and order emerging by chance are astronomically low. I love this argument. This argument, I feel like, is one of the strongest arguments for me. Fine-tuning suggests a designer with specific intent. There are lots of great arguments around this, lots of amazing Dawa arguments around this. Against the creator, people say natural processes like evolution explain complexity in life forms. The apparent design in biology could emerge through gradual adaptation over time. Verdict, ChatGPT's verdict. While natural processes explain biological complexity, the fine-tuning of physical constants, which cannot evolve, remains better explained by a creator. The sheer improbability of life supporting universe emerging by chance tips the scales towards intentionality. Perfect. I mean, I feel like the argument for a creator with this argument is very, very strong. We have that in the Quran as well. Morality and purpose. The argument for a creator says, belief in a creator provides an objective basis for morality and purpose. Without a higher power, morality becomes subjective and purpose arbitrary. Universal morals, such as prohibitions against murder, are difficult to explain as mere evolutionary byproduct. Makes a lot of sense. Against the creator, morality can be explained as a product of evolution and social conditioning. Behaviors like cooperation and altruism may have evolved to ensure survival. Purpose is seen as a human construct, not as a universal truth. Okay, makes sense. ChatGPT's verdict. The creator argument offers a more robust and universal foundation for morality and purpose. While evolution provides partial explanations, it struggles to explain why humans often act against survival instincts for abstract moral ideals, e.g. sacrifice for justice. Makes a lot of sense. I agree with that as well. So far, we've had 3 arguments and ChatGPT has chosen the creator ones 3 times. Problems of evil and suffering for a creator. Evil and suffering are explained within religious frameworks as tests, consequences of free will, or means for spiritual growth. A creator may allow temporary suffering for a greater eternal purpose. I completely agree with this. Without a creator, suffering is meaningless. I agree with this as well. Against the creator. The existence of widespread suffering and evil seem incompatible with an all-powerful, all-loving creator. I get why people say that. A random, indifferent universe better aligns with the chaotic nature of life. I get why people say that. What does ChatGPT think? The problem of evil emotionally challenges belief in a creator, but it does not logically disprove one. Religious explanations of tests, free will, and greater purposes provide a broader context for suffering. Yeah, I completely agree with ChatGPT here. I mean, without the concept of a creator, like suffering and everything, it's just so difficult. I was a non-Muslim, trust me, I know what it's like. As a Muslim, the kind of suffering and tests that you go through, the opinion of it, the way it's framed in your mind is so different. And that positive change in your life is absolutely life-changing, is something that I cannot live without. I believe religion provides so much ease in those times. And it provides so much power and motivation to push through those hard times. Argument 5, scientific explanations for a creator. Science explains mechanisms, how things work, but does not address ultimate causes, why things exist. These remain in the domain of metaphysics, where a creator is a valid answer. And many scientific discoveries, like the Big Bang, align with the idea of a beginning and an initiator. I agree. Against a creator. Science continuously fills gaps once attributed to God. Historical phenomena like lightning, previously explained by divine intervention, now have natural explanations. Completely makes sense. Invoking a creator may halt inquiry, whereas science thrives on uncovering natural explanations. Yeah, Fair enough. Science and belief in a creator are not mutually exclusive. A creator provides the why behind the how, while scientific discoveries fit within a divinely ordered framework. Completely agree. Like science and the existence of God can completely exist side by side. I agree completely. And then personal and emotional experience for a creator. Millions of people experience peace, purpose, and transformation through belief in a creator. Yes, 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 yes. These experiences are hard to dismiss as mere coincidence or psychology. 100%. The innate human inclination, the fitra, what we say in Islam is fitra, toward belief in a higher power points to its truth against the creator. Personal experiences can be subjective and culturally influenced. Many live fulfilling lives without belief in a creator. Maybe, maybe not. Allahu Alam. Emotional fulfillment can come from human connections, nature, or personal achievements. Yeah, that is true. That can come. Yeah, I agree. Verdict. While personal experiences are subjective, the near universal inclination towards spirituality supports the creator argument as part of human nature. 100% human nature. When I was a kid, I prayed to God. My family were atheists. No one believed in God in my family, not a single person. But I found myself praying to God. I had no friends who were religious, no family who were religious. We were all atheists. But I prayed to God a lot. And I do think that's fitra. Okay. Conclusion. This is what we're here for. When weighing both sets of arguments, the case for a creator appears more likely because it provides a coherent explanation for the universe's existence, fine-tuning morality and purpose. Counter-arguments often deflect key questions, like the origin of the universe, rather than resolving them. The argument against the creator raises valid points, but often relies on incomplete or speculative explanations. Ultimately, the creator argument offers a more comprehensive, rational, and intuitive framework for understanding existence. Okay, amazing, perfect. But I want to get some statistics here. I want to make this really logical. I want to really understand the likelihoods. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, what is the statistical likelihood of a creator over a not a creator? Like I said, I'm not very eloquent. ChatGPT is saying the likelihood of a creator is significantly higher because it provides a simpler, more comprehensive explanation for existence, fine-tuning morality and purpose. But I want numbers, ChatGPT. Give me numbers. Give me numbers. I want to see if this works. Okay, based on this reasoning, the likelihood of a creator is approximately 90% or higher. This is what I wanted. I wanted some numbers. While the likelihood of no creator is around 10% or lower. These numbers reflect a probabilistic judgment based on the evidence and philosophical coherence of the arguments, not empirical certainty. Of course, it's not empirical certainty, but this is the verdict that I wanted to know from ChatGPT. ChatGPT's verdict is approximately 90% chance or higher. I mean, as Muslims, obviously, we believe in a creator, but this kind of stuff is so interesting to me. This verdict is the verdict that I thought I would get, to be honest. Because I do watch a lot of Dawa stuff and I'm very interested in this stuff. I know a lot about it. I mean, only a little bit. But I want to learn a lot about it, inshallah. But I wanted to know because, okay, here's the thing about the world. Here's the thing about social media. If you believe one thing, social media will constantly reinforce that belief. So if you're a Zionist, you'll watch all these Zionist videos, social media, we're always recommending these Zionist, pro-Zionist videos to you. And you'll every day be thinking more and more Zionist because you're like, yeah, everyone in the world believes what we believe because that's what social media makes you think. As a Muslim, I get lots and lots of videos on Dawah and everything and the proof of God's existence and all this kind of stuff. And it's all very valid arguments. They make you feel, yeah, Islam is definitely correct. The truth that there's a creator is definitely correct. But always in the back of your head, you're like, look, these people's agenda are to make you believe. I mean, with any video you watch, with my videos, you'll always know my agenda is to push Islam, 100%. So you always have that in the back of your head. But ChatGPT has no agenda. That's why it's so amazing to see this and understand this. Subhanallah, subhanallah. I'm going to be doing a lot of these, inshallah, because this is so fun for me. Actually speaking with AI or a being or whatever you want, whatever AI is, about topics that I absolutely love without them coming from a place of trying to push some kind of narrative towards you. Propaganda is so much fun. Okay, Bismillah. This is amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Assalamu alaikum.